welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and roll your notifications to all so you don't miss any of the demonic content. The demonic spotlight for today is the Jezebel Spirit, an interesting demonic production of the contemporary political state of the US. This is actually the first of two videos, the second of which I'll be posting soon and will link to here. First, a bit of background. The name Jezebel appears in three sections of the Bible, in 1 Kings 16 through 21, 2 Kings 9, and Revelation 2:20. 1 and 2 Kings is where we get the description of Jezebel as a principal character. For our purposes, a summary will suffice. Jezebel is a Phoenician princess who marries Ahab, the king of Samaria, one of the kingdoms of Israel. After their marriage, Jezebel sets about establishing the worship of Baal, which sits none too well with the Yahwist Israelites. Eventually, Jehu usurps the throne, throws Jezebel out of a window where her flesh is eaten by dogs. Yay! The important thing for understanding the contemporary context is that many people in history and the modern-day US interpret Jezebel as acting outside of her role, specifically her sex-assigned role. That is, if Ahab had just controlled his woman, as the misogynist phrase goes, none of this would have happened. Now moving on to Revelation 2:20-23. This is part of the message of the church to Thyatira, and it seems to be referencing an unknown woman whom the author has labeled Jezebel. The accusations against her are basically weird sex stuff and worshiping foreign gods, which is probably how she got the moniker Jezebel slapped on her. Now flash forward. Jezebel gets talked about a lot in the centuries between then and now. She becomes an emblem for disobedient women, and women's disobedience is often associated with sexual transgressions. Sometimes these disobediences are tracked on the idea of spirit, but I want to stress here, these early references are all references to the spirit of Jezebel and not the Jezebel spirit. What's the difference? Well, the spirit of Jezebel would be kind of like saying the spirit of Massachusetts or the spirit of America from the old tourism commercial that was repopularized by Family Guy. When we say that, we mean something like having the traits of this thing, in this case, having the traits of Jezebel. We don't mean that there exists an American demon or a demon that bears the traits of Massachusetts. These earlier authors are talking about the idea that some character or other has the traits of Jezebel, that is, being an uppity woman and sexually immoral. So we see a lot of talk of the spirit of Jezebel in the 19th century, for instance, as ideas of women's suffrage are starting to mount. By suggesting these women have the spirit of Jezebel, authors from this time period are slandering the cause they represent, the equal right of women to vote. In the contemporary US, there are a lot of people in various conservative evangelical Christian movements that like to imagine a Jezebel spirit, a supposedly ancient demon that embodies all of the ideas that Jezebel did. They like to stick this demon in various places to malign powerful women, like, for instance, what happened with Kamala Harris, or as a general call to restore traditional worship, like at the Million Women March on the National Mall. The trouble here is that it's often coupled with accusations that Jezebel women are out of control because of Ahab men. That is, these people are pushing the idea that men have been emasculated in the contemporary United States. Women have run amok. In order to fix the US, men have to step up and fix their women and restore their own masculinity. That's a huge social problem, because if there is one clear pattern in violent extremism, it's a correlation between perceived emasculation in a population and masculine violence. Now, the sweet spot for videos appears to be the 5 or so minute area, so I'm going to stop talking here. However, I'll be posting another video that does some simple tracking of the Jezebel spirit as a concept through Google so that we can find out just how ancient this spirit might be. I'll post a link here.